So let's take a look at the different options we have to create the surface that connects the lower part of our bottle with the bottleneck. We could, for example, maybe try and take a look what we can do with the skin control. And you see that the skin tool has a chain select. That means in case I would have, like in alias tutorial, I would have one surface and then a second surface. If I click on one surface edge, it selects all the edges of that surface. But I noticed that sometimes alias is also very delicate with tools, specifically skinning or creating blends between multiple surfaces. So I found it to be a better practice to try to limit the amount of surfaces, which is why, in contrast to the alias tutorial, I built the lower part of my bottle just out of one surface, because this way I can eliminate possible problems inside my modeling workflow I might encounter only later, but I'm not yet aware of. So, and then with this edge selected, I'm going to select the lower edge of my surface, not the circle, just the surface. And then this way I have this, kind of like the skin surface created is rather straight. Now I could go ahead and apply maybe an edge rounding or create a fillet along this edge or this edge. The alias tutorial, for example, is also using the align tool, which means that maybe I select this surface here as my input, and then select the surface. Wrong one. Let's try this again. I'm actually turning off my curves. They can sometimes be tricky. Okay, so edge align. And then you see I will destroy my construction history. Nothing really I want. So that job, for example, doesn't really work. So what other option do I have? I could, for example, draw a line from here to here, and then do the same from here to here, and then create a sweep. But that's also very complicated, because I have to make sure that, for example, the curvature I draw here and here will also be the same from here to there. So there's no point in drawing 1, 2, and 3 generation curves and then create a rail surface, because for this, Alias actually has a dedicated blend tool, so the freeform blend. So we can double click it, and what the blend tool is doing is you can select one edge and then select a second edge. So that's basically the same like the skin tool. However, a major difference. See, right now it all looks the same. But the freeform blend tool is kind of like a hybrid of the skin tool and the fillet or round tool in one. Because now for side 1 and side 2, I can define the continuities. So maybe at side 1, I would like the surface to be tangent. And now you see that this edge is tangent, this edge is tangent, this edge, it's everywhere perfectly tangent. And I could do the same also maybe there. And it's an incredibly useful tool. And as you can see, it's only 3 mouse clicks or 4, and I have created a surface including perfectly blended fillets and maintain a really nice surface curvature. Let's take a look at the setting options we have here. So let's say at side 1, I would like to have G2 curvature. And actually I would like to have the same there as well. You see, with each curvature I increase, let's say G1. It gives me a problem, but that's okay. But you see, with G1 to G2, this line got a little bit longer. Let's maybe do the same here. Pay attention to how this line is being further extended down. And that really then creates a even better softness or smoothness. But the problem is, if I would like the same softness on this side, the surface would go kind of like an S. So how could we still have that really nice edge rounding without them occupying so much space? And that is where, for example, here in the side 1 and 2, shape sliders come in control. So let's set both actually to tangent and then see what happens when we scale those. You see that basically the rounding is a little bit reduced, and then the center part remains a little bit straight. So now maybe we can set this and this one to G2, maybe G3. That's maybe not working. So this one maybe just G2. But you can see that this slider allows you then to take control of the scaling factor of those, kind of like the blending effect. And let's say maybe something like this is what I like. Then we can close it and maybe turn off the wire mode and turn off the locators. Let's roll around a little bit. And this looks really nice and soft. We have really good transitions there. Maybe turn on the diagnostic shaders. Let's take a look. Yeah. And I have anywhere some drastic kinks or breaks inside my zebra texture. So that's, for example, now the basic part of our bottle, just created out of 3 surface elements.